Yo, today we are going over 5 question and answers from my ongoing Reddit series that I've been doing for the past few months. And the key from these 5 question and answers is, can you transform your life? Can you unlock your potential? Well, watch to the end and find out. And if you watch until the end of this video, like the video, comment down below what's your favorite part. We're going to be covering topics from motivation and attitudes to what advice would you give to your younger self, creating goals, self discovery, moving through failures. So stay tuned. Now, the first question is, and if you're watching this video, I want you to type the answer right now as you're watching. You meet your 16-year-old self. You only have 10 seconds. What would you say? Try to envision it as much as you can. Close your eyes. Think about it. If you only had 10 seconds to see this 16-year-old version of yourself, what would you tell yourself? Out of everything, anything you can say in the world, what would you say to your 16-year-old self? This is what I had to say, and this is applicable to me because I know how I was when I was younger. Don't be too worried about other people's opinions. Make your own path boldly. Now, this is not just about me. I'm going to be interested to see what you guys have to say in the comment section. Let me know what you think would be the best suited advice for your younger self. Now, let's get to the next question. Next question is, me make this a bit smaller so you can see his response. Goals. We're going to get to creating goals and how to create smart goals. I want to be one of those folks that is obsessed with achieving my goals. Anyone out there like that and have any advice on how I can gain that skill set? The first thing I'd mention is learn why you want to achieve a goal. Break it down into smaller goals to work towards daily and or weekly. Practice consistency and self-discipline, and don't give up if you fail. Now, I was tossing up a lot of advice into one and packaged it into an Amazon Prime delivery and shipped it to him. And he said, thank you. That's my thing. I get disappointed when I get stuck and can't seem to get through barriers to action. This helps a lot. Now, I could have given a lot more specific advice and narrowed down on one aspect because I just chucked a lot of things into one. But I think one great piece of advice would be to be growth oriented and be someone who uses goals to assist with your growth, as opposed to being someone who is goal oriented where your whole life is just about goals. If you're about growth, then whether you achieve the goal or not is not what you measure it by. How much you learn and grow is what you measure your goals by. So that's one great piece of advice. Another one I'll add on to this is create SMART goals. And that is a SMART acronym. If you don't know what that is, it's SMART. It's about creating goals that you can actually achieve, that you can actually measure, that are specific, relevant, and time bound. And I just summarized the whole acronym, but look into that. My third video on my YouTube channel is called What is SMART Goals, or What are SMART Goals? Watch that video. Very informative about the topic. A lot to learn there. Now, next question. Now, this one question here got deleted completely, but I'm assuming it is about the person asking about how you can keep going when you lose motivation. And judging by my response, I think this person used motivation as a crutch, which is something I'm against. I don't think you should have motivation as your crutch. I think it should be something that helps you excel, not something you should rely on all the time. And that's why I get into here. I mentioned that motivation is not the end all be all for completing tasks. Other factors like persistence, dedication, consistency, self-discipline, patience come into play. And that's just a few. So I mentioned about attitudes. Attitudes are what makes the real difference in how you perform. Motivation should be something viewed as a boost in your drive to continue on something. Keep things simple. That's another piece of advice. Okay, so I'm doing the Amazon delivery again. Keep things simple. Learn what is your why for achieving your goals. Practice attitudes like self-discipline and consistency, and don't give up. Or I packaged 4 short pieces of advices into one, but the main idea from this, which I'll stick away from going into that last bit I mentioned, but the first section is about motivation is not the end all be all. Don't allow it to become your only crutch. Focus on things that can actually you can actually work on yourself, which is your attitudes, like, and those attitudes I've listed. So that's what I have to say about that topic. Now, the next question is, how do you know yourself better? Now, let me know if you're watching this video so far. Has these questions helped you get an insight on how you can transform your life and unlock your potential a little bit? And has it given you an insight on what questions you should be asking yourself? Let me know in the comments. The best way is to know yourself. The best way to know is to know yourself better is to be self-aware and try out new things. So this here is about self-discovery and what I like to call intentional self-discovery. And it's almost a branch of self-awareness. And here I mention things like try reading, journaling, sports, entrepreneurship, education, entertainment, things that you find interesting to you and you could potentially like or dislike. But the point is an intentional self-discovery where you are intentionally trying out these things with the purpose of figuring out the things that you dislike and like. If you are proactively doing this with the purpose of figuring out more about what interests you and what your characteristics are, you will find out more about yourself for sure. Good luck. So this journey of self-discovery involves you undertaking tasks that help you figure out what sort of opinions you have about things, and that it starts to flow into other aspects of your life in terms of decision making, thought process, beliefs, etc. And so much about it. But that would be sufficient. Now the last question is, how do you learn when you hate to fail? So this person was asking a question. He deleted the question, but he liked to quit quickly, and he was asking about how you can start to develop a love for failing and a love for to be able to succeed. Here I mention is that you cannot grow in an area if you are easy to quit in an area, and that's a fact. You will not be able to achieve anything in a venture that you're going after if you quit instantly. You don't need to love failure. You can even dislike it. However, a different approach would be to focus on your love for growth, or to shift your focus on your love for growth, achieving goals and developing new skills. That helps you get away from the idea of I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. If you shift your idea, that the focus onto some things that you love, you can get away from the negative attitudes of I hate this, so I'm not going to do it. If you focus on the things you love, more positive approach, you will be more likely to do it 100%. It is definitely easier said than done, but that's just how it is. And a lot of advice is easier said than done. Me and a million other YouTubers and people that give advice, easier said than done. We can say it a million times, but at the end of the day, change is in your hands. Now, I don't know why I did that with my hands. Change is in your hands, so you have to truly believe that and grasp whatever you are trying to grab with your hands. Don't rely on me or the next person to talk you into doing what you have to do. You have to do it. There is no easy fix or magic words that will flip you 180 degrees. We can only point you in a better direction, and you have to act towards your goals. I cannot push you to do everything. I cannot literally push you to do everything. I can verbally push you to do things, but you have to actually do those actions yourself. Take things one step at a time, and if you are truly passionate about your dream, don't give up even if you fail 100 times. There's Amazon packaging again. Also, you can try different approaches, because looking at the process you took rather than the result can help you find where the solution is to your problem. I hope you learn and master more skills. Now, this is in relation to Albert Einstein's quote about insanity and failure. And if you know that quote, comment down below. I'm not going to mention it. I want to see it in the comments. Now, the person responded. I don't know what he said exactly, but I respond to his response saying, okay, let me approach this in a different, let me approach this a bit different if the first comment wasn't clear. It is great that you love to grow and that you are able to assess the times when growth was not present. However, if you don't have much context as to what skills you're trying to learn, why or how long of a time period you are giving something before moving on. Basically, I'm saying I don't have any context, so I can't really get specific with my advice. And he just gave me the advice. He just gave me the statement of every time I messed up at something new, I just quit. This to me is a sign of quitting too early and is why people don't achieve success when going after their goal. Now, this is me generalizing what he's saying, but at this point, I'm just going to pick the worst case scenario because I don't know what his position is. Impatience plays a part. Definitely. Impatience plays a part in giving up. Fear, jealousy, self-doubt, many resistances I mentioned on my channel. Go through the playlist. I've gone through this topic of resistance. What I was trying to encourage was to continue trying to improve on that skill and give it a time period before quitting too early. Hopefully this is more clear. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been informative. Comment down below what's your favorite part of this video. Thank you.